And you're listening to 2GLF 89.3 FM. Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again. And we are live in the studio again, and welcome back, Bluey.
Yay! Back again.
Back again.
Live from Liverpool.
Yeah, you didn't have to be drag kicking and screaming to come back. Well, you were thinking about it, eh? Running away.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Right. Yes, that is the thing. And now today, we have a little different.
Yeah,
the
what's the topic for this week?
Today, men.
Men?
Men. Like I kept saying, men have been underrepresented, well, underserviced, I should more say. Underserviced regarding relationships and advice. So that's why I am focusing
Let's go with the blokes. Go with the blokes.
Men. You know, I do not like to see an injustice, you know.
Yeah.
They've been underserviced.
And there's a lot of that around.
Yeah. So they've been underserviced, so it's time to fix it. Yeah.
Okay.
So today, the topic is masculinity.
Masculinity.
Yeah. When masculinity is missing, why so many marriages feel directionless? Because it's directionless because it's missing, or directionless because
it's the man's fault.
It's the man's fault. As always. So really, why are so many husbands disconnected, passive, or afraid to lead, you know?
Well, she who must be obeyed.
But also, I guess, in society now, you know, and saying, they're really picturing, like I say, pushing this equality, but really when modern society is saying equality, what they're saying is they want everyone to be the same. Literally, it'd be the same.
They've got a few different messages.
Yeah, well, but the meaning is the same. The same. You can't be. It's like almost like you can't be equal if you're different. If you have different skills. You know.
Yeah.
They want women to be on the front line as well. Well, that's equality. They're supposed men do it and women to do it.
All we need to do is observe a few TV commercials.
Yeah.
And watch what they're on about. It's nearly they're all the same agenda.
And?
It's the woman the man is the bloke is stupid.
Yeah.
And he can't function without the woman.
Yeah.
And she takes control of everything and takes care of everything while he goes like Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
You know? He's like Homer Simpson, and the woman does everything and manages to keep everything functioning.
Yes.
Well, he's really stupid.
Yeah, things will fall apart without the woman.
If you look at all the commercials, they're nearly all like that.
Mm-hmm. And I have to agree with you. And it's saying it's unfortunate, but that is the reality. And
well, the question is that real reality or is that a manufactured reality?
Okay, it's the reality as in how society is deriding men at the moment. Okay?
Yeah. So it's on point for what we're talking about.
Yeah, on point for what we're talking about.
It's the diminishing of the male drive.
Because, you know, it's almost like, you know, we want equality. Instead of pulling the other one up, they're kind of like pushing the one leading down, so they have equality.
So a couple's not really so much working as a team, them versus the world type of thing.
They're against each other.
They're against each other.
Yeah.
Me versus you, I'm the smart one.
I'm the smartest one. I'm going to be.
You wouldn't be able to
leader.
function without my help. But if I'm not here, your life would be finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why are you there? That's the question.
You might believe it after a while. Oh no, really, I'm put into it.
But you know, and all this as well, all this competition, you really have to ask, well, have we actually confused kindness, which is the initial issue about it, with weakness and killed attraction in the process, really? Look, like I said, many men are now raised to suppress assertiveness and avoid leadership. You know, the nice guy syndrome versus authentic masculine presence. But it's almost all this criticism about toxic masculinity. You know, now mothers are trying to almost like train it out of their sons. You know. being a, learning to all the masculine traits, being a man is bad and it's toxic. And men created all the wars and conflict and killing and so forth. So they need to be tempered down, I guess made more feminine. But which really is that really the best course of action? I mean, do people really want to let go of any masculinity? Right?
Well, I don't want to let go of mine.
I don't think. I don't think you want to. But really, if men have stopped. Look, traditionally, men have been leaders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's almost this push as in wanting now women to lead. I mean, you can see all this big campaign about quotas in politics. Come to 101, and they want Senate seats a certain amount being women, and so forth, and even the political parties promise a certain amount of female representation in their party, or a cabinet. That's a big thing.
So they're not actually looking for people who have a great skill set. They're there because these people are super talented.
Because
it's to meet up the numbers.
Not in numbers. They're pushing for women to lead instead. Yeah. And so for that, they've got to push and force people to put women in that position, whether they incline that way really or not. You have the skills or not, which is a sad thing. And not only in politics now, but also you can see they're pushing into business as well, the corporate world.
Yep. CEOs,
a certain amount of board members being female, and companies getting, I guess, social credits for saying, look, we've got a female CEO. Aren't we progressive? whether or not the female CEOs leads the company successfully or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might be able to fulfill a good role, but
by and
can
large,
they really drive?
Large, no. Because I say females have differences, and really, like I say, biologically, people want to overlook biology. Look, they push women want to push women into these roles, but no one is and they're not trying to push women into saying having quotas, say, female bricklaying industry.
There's none of them.
Yeah,
there's not too many of them around.
Or feminists are desiring to push women to.
They might break their fingernails.
Well, they're not demanding, quotas or representation of women in, say, what's regarded as dirty work.
Yeah, or go into the military and fight on the front line.
They're pushing for that. That because that's seen as a masculine kind of like territory that they want women to now invade, so to speak, and die for.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Well, you see the women working on construction sites now, but they're usually just handling the traffic signs.
Oh, yeah, the lollipop people.
The lollipop.
Lollipop
So the
people.
lollipop, yeah.
Oh, did you hear that Denmark has now...
Yeah.
Women are now conscripted into the army. After 18, they have to serve in the army. Women as well.
Goodness.
And so all these migrants are going there. We thought we were going to be the land of the free and come here. Now we have to go into military. but though, you get less migrants are desiring to go there, which I guess serves their purpose, because it's unfair. Denmark is such a small country. There's only physically so many people that can fit in to keep that standard of living.
Yeah.
So all goes fair is fair. I mean, but also really, when women lead, are they going to lose trust and attraction when they do so to the men?
Well, they'd lose a bit of respect, I suppose, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would. So really now, ladies, I'm going to ask you out there, do you trust your man to lead?
Whoa!
And fellas, do you even want to lead? So you give us a call. Okay, and...
What's the number, Miss Dragonfly?
029822 8893.
8893?
Yeah. And so on that, we'll go to some music and we'll be right back. So today, we're working on masculinity in marriage. And you know what? The thing is, what women really want but don't say. I mean, women say they want equality, but do they really want to be taking turns taking out the trash and all that sort of thing? And go out and change the tile?
Yeah.
It's their time to mow the lawn as well, their turn.
Yeah.
You know?
They want equality when
It's the fun things.
Yeah.
But, but they crave decisiveness, safety, and direction. What's the masculine energy? It's vision, responsibility, and protection, not control. So people really, I guess, confuse and mix up leadership with control. Don't you think?
Yeah. Control over. Yeah.
But it comes down
rather than, power for, not control over.
Yeah. Right. Instead of a leader, is really a protector, rather than someone controlling you, rather than a enslaver.
Yeah.
A master.
Yeah, because there's no fun in the relationship when that happens, is there?
No.
When one person's controlling the other one.
How could you live like that, really?
Well,
you can't.
They get used to it, and it's some comfort zone, safety zone.
You know what?
What's the alternative?
That happens.
And a lot of people dwell in suffering.
In some cultures, that's very normal, and the women have, because they've grown up and that's what they know. That's normal to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we look at that and saying
that's
that shouldn't be that,
isn't it?
Yeah, but it is. It's saying that's why you have women defending it, even women defending it.
Yeah.
Because that's normal to them. And you can see that to us, it's saying it's just suffering, but to them, well, that's what they know.
Yeah.
So, but really, okay. On the other note, yes, women say they want equality. They say one thing, but what they really want is something else.
Well, what are women like? What do they not say? What they really want?
You know what? They sprout because that's what feminists say.
Begins with an M. It's got 5 letters. And it goes ka-ching.
Money?
Money!
I think everyone wants money, not just women.
Not just women. But,
it's universal.
But women, in relationships, as far as relationships, a man doesn't consider much about money when he's looking at, I'll take her out on a date or whatever. But the woman is. She's thinking, what is this? Is there any future here? What can it be provided for? And she's got these calculuses going on. Because she's got a different agenda.
Yeah, because different priorities, different needs. And
well,
so if she
agenda might be a bit strong.
It's a strong different priorities, different needs. So you have to because we're different.
Or different agendas.
Okay. Number one, everyone wants a good life. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's a good life to men and women are not exactly the same.
No.
Yeah, so
vastly different.
Vastly different. So women, they need they may not say it, and it's politically incorrect for them to say it, and they don't. Yeah, or so much of what the reason why women say one thing where they want and do another. Like, you've got to look at people's actions to say what's in their heart. Forget about what they say. They say all the political correctness stuff because that's what the media says that you should be. That's what's acceptable, socially acceptable.
They've trained it.
Yeah, and feminists, and also their group of friends. They don't want to embarrass themselves with their group of friends, and though they won't know that the group of friends all really want the same thing. But they sprout something else. So everyone's lying to each other and themselves as well.
Yeah.
So they say they want equality, they want to be respected for their opinions, and say, look, respected for your opinions is fine, but what they really want is security, a provider and protector, and have someone to take care of everything for them.
Yeah.
That's what they really want, but that's not what they say. And so that confuses men a lot. And
Because men are very direct. It's like, oh, you know,
I want this.
I want
rather-
this, I want that, and
No.
there's no sort of undertones.
There's an undertone because people, you know, it's also, that's what happens a lot on the left. And they go, would this be acceptable if I think this way, you know, socially acceptable, if I support this candidate or that candidate? And so it's almost like keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But really, you know, in a relationship and especially a marriage, when the woman has to do everything, it falls onto her, there's an invisible resentment that builds up, you know, especially when the men won't step up if she end up having to do everything. And he's a no-hoper. Because they are, you know, they are beta men. They are beta...
Definitely.
Yeah, men. And it's those type of men, I really say, that should not marry. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, there's some women that are strong, I guess, you know, lacking for partners and say, look, I'll train him up. I'll change him.
Yeah.
I'll push him.
Yeah.
But
That's what they think,
but you cannot change
but it
people.
usually never occurs.
It occurs. It doesn't happen that way. And yeah, like I stated previously in my shows, a man can pull a woman up. A woman cannot pull a man up. Either socially, economically, that way. Unless like she's a billionaire, then there's so much money, it doesn't matter. Like she can't pull him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's why women date and marry across and up. Socially, men marry and date across and down.
Yeah.
That's what usually happens. And psychologists keep saying all these things, but it comes down to they're very simple. Men can pull women up. Women cannot pull men up. He pulls her down instead. That's why they marry across and up. Actually, cannot blame them, really. Yeah, but really, look, I'm going to put this question to our listeners out there. Can you love someone that you don't respect? Because a man that's not masculine, okay, has no traits, no leadership in that, and the woman then has to step up and be the leader, because if not, there's no leader. Okay, and get things done and so forth, and then can she respect that man?
And if she can't, then it's very difficult to love.
Yeah, very difficult to love. And, you know, political correctness and our society, everyone says, no, you make your joint decisions together. Doesn't need to be a leader and so forth. But look, every decision you're gonna yell, darling, come here. What do you think we should do on this? Let's discuss it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like making decisions with a committee.
For the tiniest, smallest little thing.
With a committee.
Yeah. Never get anywhere because...
You don't get anywhere.
Yeah.
And when you have a consensus, and you know, the more people that there is, the harder it is to come to a decision. You know, go take everyone's point of view into account and what they're happy with, they're not happy with, and then you end up not having the best decision. As the same, okay, not as extreme because you're a couple, there's only two people, but then you have to take the other person's account, what their needs, and accommodate them, and then this decision that makes end up often not the best one.
And you don't want to be doing that in marriage.
And then you kind of right, even though you can see your partner what they want, that's not actually the best. Because you have to respect their view and all that, then and then knowingly make a decision that's not the best. Okay, like I was saying, whoever it comes to trust. If you a certain area of your marriage or with certain tasks, say, and you have to be trusting your partner. If you assign those tasks to your partner, then you have to trust them to be able to do it well. Otherwise, don't assign it to them. And once you do, they need to have final say on that area, and so forth. And then that's the best outcome. I mean, look, it's kind of like you're building a house, and do every decision from the plumber and the carpenter. They have to agree to get it done. I mean, You know, the plumber, okay, calls the carpenter over. Okay, I'm about to join this pipe with this pipe. Is that all right? That's ridiculous. It's more of saying, look, the plumber, that's their job, their area. They make decisions. Look, they might confer with each other, see where each other's at, and so forth.
Yeah.
And say, okay, once you finish that, then I'll do this, and so forth. And that makes sense. So they're working together in that way, but you're in control and lead in your own sphere,
In your own space.
in your own space, and your area, what you're good at.
Yeah.
And undeniably, in terms of, like I say, political correctness is against this. But when it comes to leadership, I guess being the captain and the first mate, the more natural role is for the man to be the leader. Okay, and the woman to be the support, and that's what women naturally want. Okay, it doesn't mean that the first mate is not as important as the captain. You need both, but you need to have it defined who's going to have final say. Otherwise, it's committee run again.
Yeah.
Like really, if you're on a plane, you don't want the captain and the co-pilot
Asking for opinions.
Yeah, or conferring with each other, having every discussion over everything. I guess. Every maneuver, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you feel extremely
And it'll be debated everything
worried.
so many
those
times.
Do you want that?
No thanks.
Thanks. No.
I'd rather just get a good captain.
You don't get a good captain, but you feel nervous if there was only a captain, no one pilot, no co-pilot. You feel extremely nervous, wouldn't you? As well. But
actually, the pilot doesn't fly the plane. It's on automatic.
But you know what I mean.
The captain's just there in case of an emergency.
But you know what I mean. But otherwise, they wouldn't have a pilot. But really, okay. But you'll be nervous too if there's only one pilot there, or if something happens to him. Then we're in deep trouble. So it's almost like you need the co-pilot as a backup.
You certainly do.
You do. And just as well in life and in marriage, like you have one captain, one pilot, just in case something happens. But it does happen, then the other person
Can step in.
Needs to be able to step up and step in. It's an emergency. I mean, and that's why you have the advantage over the single people if you do that. You see, so if a plane only had one pilot, something happens to that, well, guess what's going to happen? It's disaster. Something happened to that pilot. But another plane with the main pilot and a co-pilot, the pilot get food poisoning and got sick. Co-pilot steps in, lands the plane successfully, no problems.
No problems.
No problems. And that's why, oh yes, I heard that's a reason why they always serve different meals to the co-pilot and the pilot in case of food poisoning.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they're not allowed the same type of meal. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It makes So you've got all these protocols and contingency plans all worked out.
Yeah.
Yep. Not have them both be put out. Then it's a disaster. So really, and the thing is, some of the biggest lies are, told about leadership in marriage. The thing is, it's like, can a man lead without being controlling?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and that is fine. But he needs to be. Firstly, assign that role, and that role be respected. As well. But what should women do when they end up being married to passive men?
What should they do?
What should they do? So I'm talking to you. I'm asking you. You're a man.
What should a woman do if she marries a passive man?
Yeah, ends up with a passive man.
Have an affair. I'm only joking.
Okay, women, you heard it from Louis. You can have an affair.
No. What can a woman do if she's married to a passive man? Well, she could always hint a gym membership for a present, for a gift.
Okay.
I got you a great gift for your birthday. It's a gym membership. You're doing the heavy weights.
That's only the physical though. It's more of
the mental, the emotional.
That's more. So,
well, what could she do to make the man more mature, perhaps, or make it more?
Or should she leave him, or should she stay and try to build him up?
And try to build him up. Well, it's a bit difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very difficult
because you don't know if they're capable.
Yeah, the thing is, my thing is, you cannot change people.
And if you do, there could be a resentment and you know.
But if it's because it's behaviour that's not natural to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Even doing it, and they won't continue. You have to keep at them all the time, and then eventually, that kind of like turns into sounds like criticism.
Yeah.
And then
like a nag.
And they're going to resent.
Yeah.
I guess that's the. You know what? I guess that's the thing about the nagging wife comes into play.
Most blokes just end up doing it just so they can get a bit of peace and quiet.
Not be nagged.
No, not to be nagged.
Well, you know, you've been promising to mow the lawn for 6 months.
Well, that's a bit different, isn't it? I mean,
you know what I mean? And she keeps nagging me, I say.
Yeah.
You got to be done. So what do you do? What should she do in that instance? Either pay someone or start the lawnmower herself and do it.
That's right. Start the lawnmower
so that's
herself.
that. Yeah. And so, you know, for me, I would say do not pick passive men. You can't. You've got to be happy with the product. Don't think that you can go make alterations.
But you know, like even a passive man can still cut the grass. Really, you know, it's not that difficult.
No, that was an analogy.
It's an analogy for other things.
For other things. But that's the simple thing that people.
But domestic duties and things like that.
But
usually...
it's solving issues. You know, what if there's a dispute or what, like negotiations? Is too passive. That price, okay, we'll pay it. Without having to be forced to say, hang on,
or there's
that's
a
not
dispute
right.
with a neighbour and you're in the right,
but
you've just got to accept it because you're not strong enough to take control of the situation.
And then it happens. You get disadvantages in life.
Yeah.
Going through life, and okay, a warranty the claim, they won't fulfill their warranty. They won't honour it.
Yeah.
You're just going to passively accept that. Or you're going to fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or those things like that.
So sometimes in life you've got to bring the masculine force.
You've got to bring the masculine forth. And so, you know, and especially when the man's directionless husband.
Yeah, directionless dodos.
Yeah, don't know what to do in life and so forth.
Yeah.
Or we just sit at home.
That's why planning is so important. And one of the questions you had before is like, you know, why are so many husbands disconnected, passive, or afraid to lead or whatever? And I think a lot of the times it's because of the planning.
Oh.
So one of the things that I would suggest for a woman to do in that instance, if the man is too sort of passive, you know, and two things, was to sit down and plan together. Develop a working plan, develop a 1-year plan, you know, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, and set goals, set structures, and, you know, make a plan. That's the key.
Yeah,
We'll do this for this many months. We'll work 2 jobs for this. We'll get enough for the month.
But if that's the case, then the woman has to sit down and do the plan. She has to do it. If a man is directionless,
what she would want to do is that she could lead that. She could lead that conversation, but it would be advantageous for her to make it as if that he came up with the things.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was instrumental with formulating the plan. So you really don't want to make a plan, but you're the one making the plan, and the other person just nods politely. You know, you actually want it to be a team event.
Yeah, but you know, if the men is just not capable, you know, the woman if the woman becomes the man in the relationship, there's just emotional drift that. The intimacy and that is just no longer there because she doesn't respect him, and I guess.
So what could the woman do then in that instance to bring the man up? So, and what we're sort of led to believe now is that, like, women will try to change a man, yeah. And that's one of the things that a lot of men talk about or consider, that they're really concerned about getting married.
That she'll try to change it.
Because it happens nearly all the time.
And you know why?
Yeah, because she sees the man as not adequate.
It's not adequate. Yeah.
And there's an old saying is that every man appears to be stupid in front of his wife. You know, and compared to so I don't know if that's quite correct or not, but that's certainly a saying. And but so what can they do then? You see, how could they turn that all around? How can the woman turn it around that she's not really manipulating? She's actually inspiring.
Yeah,
see, she's got to be inspiring.
But the thing is, it's unfair. The woman, she has to keep. You know how much effort and work this is to keep trying to inspiring the man, basically like you're carrying someone.
If he's unintelligible, if he's impenetrable, you can't reach him. You can't grab things. So that, again, I suppose, is like what your mantra is that you've got to get it right from the beginning.
Yeah.
You can't just try to get something that's broken and then...
Or it doesn't quite fit.
Yeah.
And then try to alter it to make it fit.
Try to alter and make it fit. Look, there's exceptions. People can turn around. People can change from the lowest depravities into something glorious. They can. It's been happened many times throughout life, and if anything can change, everything can change. Yeah. But but actually bringing forth real change can be difficult.
Yeah, and in those cases, you know what, when the woman, you know, has to step up and to take control and all that. You know,
there's the operative word there, take control. And that's what you've got to be careful of, that you're not taking control. There's no I in team. You know, if you notice, there's no I in team. You know but there's certainly the word me.
You know what? That's how the woman would see it. When the man is so inadequate, she has to step up and do everything. It's no more than leading. It's more that I've got to take control. And, you know, if she's handled everything...
And then that's a resentment.
Yeah, she would resent him.
And then he would resent her.
Yeah, and it breeds affairs. That's what's going to happen.
So how do they do it then? Where's the psychology? Where's the intelligence here to help relationships in this very premise so they're not hating each other, that they actually work like a team? What would be the recipe of
That's
Miss
very
Dragonfly?
difficult because when we've got
But it's not impossible.
Two people that are basically shouldn't be together.
Well...
Really? I say shouldn't be together.
Well, but maybe we're talking about the ones that are not, that are perhaps compatible in a level. Maybe they're just at that borderline of compatibility or not. And so the borderline ones, what would you say to them? It's worthwhile them still being in the relationship. It's simply to plan together, isn't it? It's to work on it. What do you want in the next 5 years, love? Oh, and this is what I would like in the next 5 years. Wouldn't it be great if we could be here in 5 years from now?
Yeah.
Or 3 years from now? Wouldn't it be great if why don't we make a 6 months plan, a 1 year plan, an 18 months plan, and we can take it off as we go along? It could be quite fun, actually. You know, and I reckon that one of the greatest things for relationships, for the survival of a relationship, is to have a savings plan together. It's 10% of everything you earn is yours to keep. So you have that together and you watch it grow every week. Last week we had this. This week we got that. We put a little bit of an investment here. We did this. So you're working on a plan, a strategy, you see. And then maybe that's the elixir of it. Perhaps.
Okay.
Make a plan. Make a strategy.
Like I said, it's always best to choose the right partner from the beginning to avoid all that.
No doubt.
But if you ended up married without the not so right person, it's either you split up or have a go that way. And if that still doesn't work, then I guess we know it's time to say bye-bye. If that doesn't work. But that is worth a try, you know, because when resentment happens, it breeds affairs, and people burn out and they just throw in the towel, divorce. Yeah, anyway. So
Divorce lawyer wins again.
Divorce lawyer wins again.
And these things could be perhaps remedied with just the right communication, with just the right strategy, with the right plan, by listening to your show, perhaps. You know, but there is a way through. There's a way through if you could just connect to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on that, we'll go to some music and we'll be right back. And marriage needs masculinity, don't you think, Bluey? It does. It needs a man to be a man. Okay?
But now it's the women that are the men.
So I think it's over to you to...
Over to me? Oh, no.
Help men
I can't do
reclaim
it.
their masculinity.
I can't do it.
Can you give advice for the man?
I can't do it. No. Why did you put me in the deep end?
So how can men reclaim their masculinity and in the process of reigniting respect? Because a man needs to be masculine to be respected, don't you think?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, look,
if a man
I'm sure Albert Einstein had some respect somewhere, and I'm sure he wasn't the most masculine of men.
Yeah, and they can say the same about Bill Gates as well. But we're talking about the partner. We're talking about in marriage, not on the outside.
Yeah, but...
Like, for example, a effeminate man, he can get great respect being a great painter, a great artist.
Yeah.
But at home, because he doesn't have those masculine traits, he's not going to get the respect.
Uh-huh. All right.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, sometimes if you're really good at a subject matter and you're world talented, like you've got a real talent for it,
Yeah.
maybe that can override.
What you marry is what you get. You see is what you get.
Yeah,
So
if you marry a musician, I reckon you're listening to a lot of music.
music all day, and he do nothing but, being in his studio, drumming up more music. Then the woman, is she going to respect him then? She'll have to step up and do everything, be the man. Take control, really, of everything else. Or an artist, a painter, all he's going to do is in his studio in front of his easel. He's going to take the garbage out, pick up the kids, mow the lawn.
If he's making $1 million a year,
Of that, okay. But how many artists make $1 million a year?
Quite a lot. Quite a lot of them, if they've got a name or whatever.
They've got a name, but that,
and then
artists, there's only like a small fraction that really make it.
We're not just about artists or musicians or anything.
Look, for example,
it's anything.
Anything. Look, I'll tell you, example artists, example actors.
Okay.
There are some that make the Hollywood famous. There's that elite that make a huge amount of money.
Sure.
Okay.
But he doesn't need to take the garbage out.
But I'm telling you, most are struggling. Okay, and they have to get a second job.
Most are.
Most are struggling. And we're talking about the majority. Yes, we're not talking about the exceptions. They do happen, yes. And when they happen, because money can resolve all the other issues. But for the common person, which is the majority, that does not work. I mean, artists and all that good, musicians, but
what about an entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur? Yeah, an entrepreneur, because he's bringing in money. I mean... And they usually are masculine because they're doing the deals, aren't they? And you need the masculinity, assertiveness and control and to lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those traits will come naturally to
But them traits can come naturally to a musician or an artist as well.
No, they're in the mind because the thing
not
is...
necessarily.
I'll tell you, to be able to be the art, do that type of artistry, you have to, those things are outside of the mainstream. That's why they're wow. And the person that does that normally cannot function normally in a society. I mean, look at Van Gogh. He was a nutter. He cut off his left ear. Hey, but he was a brilliant artist.
That's only because he ran out of paint, wasn't it?
Well, he got to use his bluster.
I'm only joking.
So, no, Bluey, come on. We are coming towards the end of the show. Give the men some tips.
Give the men some tips. Well, don't cut off your ear, whatever you do.
How can they reclaim their masculinity?
Woo!
Okay.
Well, don't wear so tight trousers.
Yeah.
No, I'm only joking. Well,
take responsibility.
That's why I say, like, you plan. You got to make a plan. You got to make a structure. You got to, like, men need that assertiveness.
What about
that masculine charge? I will charge.
How? Like set vision for the family.
Well,
That's
maybe,
more. That's
maybe not so
taking
much that,
leadership.
but
They like to set the vision for the family. That's more like taking leadership.
yeah, be the foundation.
Yeah.
You got to be the fatherly figure. So if you've got children involved with
Yeah.
it, they're relying on you to be the father figure and to guide them, teach them, educate them, and be their correspondents. You know, I mean, in like if they see something in life, they're watching and observing how you deal with it. So
And that's very important.
It's very important.
And you know what? And this is something a little darker, but they actually asked a pedophile,
Oh God.
okay, who do you avoid, which child do you avoid targeting? And he said, the one where there is a strong father.
Is that right?
That's how they avoid
Yeah.
those children.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
the father there.
I saw something else the other day. It was about this man who had fathered. He was like 10 children. They all had grandchildren. They all had like I think it was something like 70 from his offspring. And he stood up at the wedding and he goes, "Oh, thank God I met that woman that night. Otherwise, all you people wouldn't have been born," type of thing. But the interesting thing was, because that man was a good man, and he was, I can't quite remember his profession, but he was quite elite. He was like a PhD level, a lot of research and all that. Well, if you know how many lawyers, like engineers, and like people who were assertive, like there were judges, and this family produced this many of this many of that, this many of this, and this many of that, like somewhat elite. You know, like elite sort of family. And then there was another example of the opposite, where a man was like a bit vagrant and, you know, and hardly there, very aggressive towards his children and extremely sort of unsavory.
Yeah.
Well, the children became criminals, drug addicts, you
know what? Because
mealy mouth.
a father like that, he's not guiding the children.
And
he's
how
being a tyrant.
important is it?
He's being a tyrant.
How important is it?
Yeah, it is very important.
And this man, they were showing two people side by side. One went this way when he was studying, and all these people, all these offspring were good people, like brought some type of value to human existence. And where the other side developed the criminality, you see, of taking and so on. So yeah, a strong father figure is so important
for the children.
So important for the children. So if you're going to have children, you need the father figure.
And that's actually, and so that's why women when they look for a partner, they look for strong men.
Yeah,
it's basically instinct. It's in a woman's DNA, and I guess then it also leads to women misinterpret trying to find a strong partner and going for the bad boys. They misinterpret it and they think that'll be strong.
Yeah. And then it's not quite an alignment either.
It's not. Yeah. But those people are strong, but to themselves.
Yeah.
It's selfishness to themselves.
And it might be a miserable life with them.
Being with that person.
Because it's a control, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to be a bad boy, and you've got this appearance of a toughness and tattoos and all that. But what is it really, psychologically? Is it, is it just a poseur?
Yeah.
A pose, perhaps.
So yeah.
So the best thing a man can have is that masculine drive.
Drive.
And how he gets that. How do you develop it? So if you're a beta male and you've been bashed and you've been in relationships all the time and the woman's taking control and you've just taken a back seat because it's easier lifestyle and then you think, but life drifts us by. Yeah. Very quickly we're out of it.
And you become part of the background noise.
We're very quickly we're out of it. And what we don't want to be in this life, we don't want to end up being mediocre.
No.
And if you haven't got that masculine force, then that's pretty much your lot, really. Yeah. So how do you develop that masculine force if you're a man? How do you develop it? How do you bring that assertiveness? Well, simply, one of the things you've got to get smarter. We've got to get smarter. A man thinks things out. Oh, we've got to get from this side over to that side. How do we do it? Well, we've got to build a bridge. Well, not many women could figure that out.
Yeah.
But a lot of blokes could. You get 3 or 4 good Aussies together and they would figure a lot of stuff out. how to get out of bad situations, whereas women would be probably just fade and die. You know, if a woman was stuck out in the bush, or basically, how would they cope with it? Well, I know a lot of women would be able to, no doubt about that. A lot of women would be able to figure it out as well. But the masculinity of it is, how do we, this is our situation, this is our lot, how do we work our way out of it? And it can be way with everything in life. How do we work our way out of this? And how do we bring that masculine force to it? So, like an entrepreneur, for example, you have noticed that a lot of the most assertive entrepreneurs are the ones that are single. Because they can make the decisions, and usually they're sort of alpha male anyways, as you said before.
We're going to. Well, thanks so much for that. And fellas, I hope you've gotten a lot of advice there.
Go the men.
There for Bluey. Okay. And I hope that's helped you.
It's the Blue looking out for you.
Just a reminder to follow my Facebook page, Miss Dragonfly, and Make Marriage Great Again. Please try to follow both if you can, because I do post different things on the Facebook pages, but at least follow one. And let me know what you think of the show by leaving your comments there as well. And so thanks again, Bluey, for coming in, and especially today, this segment, giving men the help that they really need. A lot of men really need. Okay? So hopefully we'll see you again next time. And everyone else out there, don't forget to tune in again, same time next week. And until then,
charge!
Bye for now.